and gentlemen, we're back live around Australia on the 7 Network. This is the Mulray program on a Saturday night, the new thing on Saturday night. And I'm not communicating with anybody at this juncture because Alison and Gary have found each other. Young love, but love. What am I talking about, young love? 37 you are, you crusty old bastard. How do you keep looking like that?
Well, it's a mixture of that stuff that...
Yes, yes, the Baroccas. Mm. Look, you look terrific in a chenille dressing gown. I haven't seen anything like that since my late grandmother passed away.
I know, you spared no expense.
My sweet little Gary blue gown. What are we doing tonight, Ali? We're painting what tonight? Stand out of the way for a moment, Scott.
Unlike Rembrandt, we're painting a series of self-portraits by the guests. Mm-hmm. And they're to fill in their faces of each...
I see. So you've set up a little bath scene here.
It's a bathtub. We're in the bathroom tonight, Dougie.
Oh. And the guys are doing their own faces?
That's right.
Well, you almost got to contribute something to the program, didn't you, Alison? Time for another bingo number. Do pardon me, kids. And the bingo number is 2, lady. Eyes down, studio audience, number 2. Remember, there's this trip to New Zealand, and you're playing for a viewer now. We have letters on the seat. Number 2, yes? Fine. 2, approximately the number of minutes you'll live in the tank without oxygen after we chain you up. Would you tell us what the folks stand to win, please, Max? I've given them a rough idea.
Of course, sir. My pleasure. Our winners tonight will get to ride in a big plane and then a big bus. They'll meet folk who hate white people and throw them off bridges. They'll go to some cold places and some hot places, and then they'll come home again. If you'd like to join them on this exciting odyssey, just write your name and address on the back of an envelope and send it to Doug's Numbers, Post Office Box 313, St Leonard's 2065. Dougie!
Thank you so much, Max. I think I owe you gentlemen an explanation. I should introduce Glenn, shouldn't I?
Yes.
This is your sidekick?
Yes, this is Glenn Boswell. Boz is the buzz. He's the man that's looking after me.
Round of applause for Boz. He's the stunt coordinator. The raison d'etre. Oh, the raison d'etre. I love it when I speak French. That doesn't excite you at all, does it? No. I hope not, because you've only got your sluggos on.
I can't believe I did that.
The raison d'etre for this tank is that as a child I was seriously impressed, moved, changed, altered for all time by that black and white film Houdini in which Tony Curtis starred. Do you remember the film?
Yeah, that was the one where he said, "Yonder lies the castle of my father."
Well, it got a laugh in rehearsal, but then we'd been drinking over lunch. Yes, a fantastic film. We're actually going to show a bit of it to show you the scene where Houdini just about dies at the end. But unfortunately, they wanted $5,000 a minute. This is for a film that they show sort of at 4 o'clock in the morning on Channel 10. Quite extraordinary. $5,000 a minute, that's more than Andrew Denton earns. I'm not bitter. Anyway, I'm sure you remember the scene where they dropped Houdini in the tank wearing a straitjacket, just like this one we're going to put on you, as a matter of fact, Gary. Nice. And chains, just like these, we're going to put on you.
Nice.
Let's see a little bit of your body, because that's what the ladies are really here for. Fantastic. And I'll attend to my next guest, but the vibe is we're going to talk to our next guest, put you in the... Put you in the tank, you retrieve the logie after shedding the thing. What's that? That's an old-fashioned wetsuit.
That's nice, isn't it? That's just
the straitjacket and the chains.
Saturday night for me.
And I'm sure you'll survive. I feel very confident about that. We've gone to a lot of trouble. Another death-defying water tank stunt. Thank you for your good sportsmanship, Gazza. Let's see who we've got here, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope it's... Yes, it is. Please make a welcome. This is Fran, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Fran. Lovely to see you. Gary, we're going to put you in the bar here, Fran.
A former footballer and father of 4, Fran also served time in the Australian Army. From an early age, Fran realised she was not comfortable as a man. Over a 3-year period, Fran has undergone a complete gender realignment. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Australia's most outspoken transsexual, Fran.
Fran the Fran. I know you're very nervous. I had several people who know you well speak to me about the fact that you were nervous about appearing on the show, and I can understand that. I guess most men would agree that their ultimate fear is the biggest cut of all, the Lorena Bobbitt snip. And you did it willingly, all of it, didn't you?
Well,
how could you do that? How did that come about?
Well, I spent most of my life living as a male, as you know. And, the last 3-4 years has been the transition and then finally the big snip.
How old are you now, Fran, if that's not a rude question?
Oh, God, I can't tell you that. 55?
You did tell me. You see, people tell me anything, ladies and gentlemen. I could have been a priest.
It's called bribery.
Actually, I am a priest. I rode away to an American university. You just send them $100. I became the Reverend Dr. Doug. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Universal Life Church. If you get tired of being a woman and want to be a priest, I'll give you their address.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Although you'd have to have the whole thing sort of undone, wouldn't you? I mean, look, I don't want to be vulgar and I don't want to be gratuitous about this, but what do they actually do? They remove the penis or they alter it? They tuck it in? What exactly? No, I'm sorry. No, but I mean, I think that people want to know. I mean, I'm certainly fascinated, Fran.
OK, well, what happens is that they... it's basically castration, as you realise, and they take the testes. A funny story, when I had mine... When I had this...
Oh, fuck! Laugh! Sorry. I'm still getting over hitting the bicycle bar at the age of 13.
When we were in Sydney for the operation, they remove your testes and your penis. That's the start. And Medibank gives you $850 for the privilege.
So, anybody looking to make a quick $850?
So what happens then? There was this guy who'd been in a road traffic accident, and the courts awarded him $850,000. So I felt a little bit cheated on all that. But
it wasn't
no,
just
you're
a
right.
mercenary thing. You heard the $850,000 and said, look, I'll go for it. Why not? I
Yeah,
can be
why
a
not?
rich-
Yeah, that's right.
A rich woman.
Find me an accident to happen.
Yeah. So were you, prior to this surgery, a practising cross-dresser, homosexual? I mean, clear up some of the misconceptions for me.
No, you go two ways. You're either a practising transvestite, which I wasn't, or go the way I did and try to be the macho male.
But you were not homosexual?
No, I was not homosexual, no.
And you were not a cross-dresser?
No.
Then how did you
Well,
know
I
you wanted
fought
to be a woman?
Well, I fought this the whole time for 50 years of my life. I fought the concept of actually having to change. I didn't want to change.
You were, in fact, and I don't wish to embarrass you, but you were a family man.
That's right, yeah.
A father.
Yeah, that's right.
And yet always there was this underlying desire to live the life of a woman.
It never goes away. It never goes away. And so you spend your life wondering, and it just happened one day. I just couldn't go on, and thought, well, the solution's suicide.
Oh, dear God.
And
So what they're the alternatives? Suicide or having your testes removed and your penis?
for a hell of a lot of guys. For a hell of a lot of guys up here, that's suicide, isn't it?
Yeah. You can see, but I think that nearly every male in the audience has their legs crossed. It's quite extraordinary. Fran, are you happy now?
Oh, yes.
Was the surgery the right decision?
Yes, it was.
And I believe that you have a relationship with a guy.
Yeah?
And you'd like to marry, although that's difficult legally.
Well, I have a female birth certificate.
In South Australia?
No, it's an Australian birth certificate. It's issued in South Australia, but South Australia has the only legislation that allows you to change birth certificate. Could
we do something here, Fran? I don't mean to embarrass you, but we have a picture, I believe, of Fran before she was Fran. And of course, we can see Fran after the surgery, a successful conversion. Quite remarkable to see what can be done. I mean, there's certainly 360 degrees there, isn't there, Fran? Well, for $35,000, you can have a body and a face like mine too, Doug. I think I'm a $70,000 man. I'm going to start at the nose. It's the liposuction, the hips, the chest hair. Come with me, Fran, because I want you to come over and see with me if Gary's managed to make his conversion to Victor Mature. And I also want you to say hello to Gary because you were at Teachers College together.
I do remember you. How are you? As soon as I saw your photo.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Give him a kiss, Fran. Give him... Whoa! We discovered... Seriously, we were doing the research for the program and we discovered that when Fran wasn't Fran, she was a late life student at a teacher's college which Gary attended in effort to become a PE teacher.
You bet.
It's great to see you two guys back together. I bet the class of '82 photo never looked like this. Fran, come with me here.
Right.
And we're going to ask Gary now to immerse himself in the tank. You happy with the bindings there, guys?
Yeah, real happy.
Yeah, sure. Okay. We're going to take Gary up to the edge of the tank. Oh! Those drums. Woo! Fran, come here. I don't want you to go away. I don't want you to go away. Reggie's standing here, just in case that we need to smash the tank to let the water out in case it comes down. Are we right there, guys?
Yeah, great, Doug.
Okay, now. He's a compulsive rescuer, ladies and gentlemen. We've got his logie at the bottom of the tank. If he wants it, he simply has to plunge into the tank without oxygen. Mind you, we've got an oxygen cylinder there. If he runs out of oxygen, he's just got to get the straitjacket off to get to it. Undo his bindings, recover his cherished logie, and emerge to your rapturous applause. Would we please? Yes. And would we please? Yes. And would we please? Gary Sweet, ladies and gentlemen. Be discreet with those shots. He's only wearing sluggos. Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Yeah! My hero, ladies and gentlemen, Gary Sweet. Thank you very much. And Graham, thank you very much. We'll get you both to come back and do some painting with us. Would you do that? Fantastic. Now, get it out! Get it out! Get it out and shake it! It's doing you good! You people at home clap as well. We call this primal enthusiasm. It's a very healthy release. Look at this. Fran and Gary are just catching up on old times. I've never, ever done anything like that to Sweet in my life. He's unshockable. But I think we shocked the dax off him tonight. Well, almost. Yeah, everything else.
Just before I had to hold my breath. Thanks.
So you're painting your faces. This is your concept of yourselves while I go and see who this is at the door, OK? You comfortable?
Love it.
Good, then I'll begin. Let's see who we have here. Oh, goodness me. Thank heavens we had the corridor widened. It's Sue Cruikshank, ladies and gentlemen.
You did! You lifted me!
Okay, Doug. Sue Cruikshank is one of Australia's finest jazz vocalists who refers to herself as the chanteuse of wonderment. She knows how to ask for a bonk in Yugoslav, French, Russian, Italian, and Ashanti.
Come on, come on, come on. Come on, you big fat tart. Come and sit down here. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she lovely? You're right there, no? We get this. There's not too much pressure on you there, is it? Do you know half the budget on this show went into the Kevlar reinforcing in that chair?
You promised to call me a hornbag.
A hornbag? You are? A hornbag. Sequence, you see, some people think that's pure chapeau, but it looks super.
Oh, my favourite drink, honey.
What did we get you? A mint julep, my dear?
Ginger beer.
Obviously, it has a lot of calories. So...
Start something you can't finish, Mulray.
So I can finish.
I know.
I'm a finisher.
I know.
So you picked up the black taxi driver and now you're living with him.
Well, actually, he's very black and very beautiful and intelligent and literate, and he picked me up.
Did he? But that's his job. That's a professional responsibility.
No, I mean...
Is the meter still running? You're probably up for millions by now. She's living with a black taxi driver, ladies and gentlemen. And she's very happy.
I have never been happier my whole life.
Oh, I think that's so gorgeous.
I love him.
What's his name?
Kwabena.
Kwabena.
Yeah.
And where's he from?
Ghana.
And what does Kwabena mean?
Means Tuesday's child. Actually, in Ghana...
No, really, I'm sorry. Oh.
Don't cry. You have a gorgeous knee and a beautiful ass.
Thank you so much.
That's all right.
Delilah once told me I had a black ass, but I wasn't sure whether she was referring to my cleanliness or...
Everything's black to Delilah. Now, listen.
I'm all ears.
In Ghana, everyone has a public day name, the day you were born. And for Tuesday, if you're a girl, it's Abina or Abana. And for a boy, it's Kwabina or Kwabna. What day, which day of the week were you born, my darling?
I don't know.
Well, why don't you try...
I don't know. Well, just tell me
Saturday.
They're all so musical.
Saturday is Kwame.
Kwame.
Or if you're a girl like me, Ama.
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 Ama. Ama. It's now time for another bingo number, ladies and gentlemen. Reggie, would you be so kind? 88, two fat ladies. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm all... How insensitive am I?
I'm proud to be a fat lady, darling.
The fat tarts will rule the world.
Inside of a fat woman, there's a thin man trying to get out.
Thank you. Can we get a shot of Fran there, do you think?
Oh, isn't she? Oh, Fran, that's lovely, but I think that anorexic behind us is a bit sick.
Barbina, Tuesday. Just because I'm thinking that's quaint, but it's not, is it? I mean, we do that in the English-speaking world.
Tuesday well.
Do you know if Tuesday Well married Frederick March the 2nd, she'd be Tuesday March the 2nd?
Indeed she would be.
It's quite extraordinary. Have you ever thought about that?
She's still alive.
We could chat like this for hours, but
Let's.
people are just losing interest.
Oh,
So
I'll sit on anyone that loses interest.
she'll sit on anyone that loses interest. There's a queue for somebody. Is there a desperate jet? There's Arthur Murgatroyd over there. What we should get you to do is sing. You do that so well.
I'd love to.
I'd be delighted if you'd sing some blues for us.
I think I'll do a Bessie Smith one.
Why don't you, honey?
The Empty Bed Blues.
The Empty Bed Blues, Sue Cruikshank, ladies and gentlemen.
Ew.
So, thank the ladies for coming on in.